2 words, Delta Breeze.
What's going on, everyone? Delta Breeze here, bringing guys week 4 of the KPL. The San Antonio Sprites are going to take on Cricket, coach of the Duke Blue Dooms, in a week 4 match. This team is looking scary, you guys. They all look scary, but I like to break them down, so that's what I'm going to do. Currently, Cricket and I are sitting at the same record. It's 2-1, so winner's going to have a better record. So good luck, man. I'm going to try my best. I'm not going to hold back, and I hope you do the same. So we're going to go ahead and go over their team, what threats they have, what I'm looking forward to, and I'm going to go over my team, the 6 I'm bringing and why I'm bringing it. So first, he has Great Tusk here, his Paradox Pokemon. Great Tusk is one of my favorite past Paradox Pokemon. I love Great Tusk, love the way it looks. Fighting and ground is a lethal combination with ground coverage, fighting coverage. Those are both very offensive typings. So they're gonna put a lot of damage, especially with the base 131 attack stat. He's gonna be running through some things. His speed and his special defense are slacking, so maybe we can catch him off guard and we can hit him on the special side. But with moves like Close Combat, Earthquake, Ice Spinner, Rapid Spin to get rid of hazards, the Elemental Fangs, Zen Headbutt, Body Slam, he has a lot of coverage, and it's really hard to prep for him. Next, he has Goldango, I'm not even just saying this, my absolute favorite Pokemon coming out of Paldea, coming out of Generation 9. Goldango is such a cool Pokemon. I love that Pokemon. I love its typing. Steel and Ghost from Aegislash. I loved Aegislash. Now we have this dude, and he's like a skater boy. So super, super sick. With an abysmal 133 special attack stat, this dude hits like a truck on the special side. So if you don't have any special walls that can kind of take those hits, you're going to have a hard time with Goldango. A Pokemon that can set up with Nasty Plot and recover using Recover. Shoo. He's not my favorite to fight against. He has that signature move, Make It Rain, base 120, that drops his special attack, but I mean, every time a special attack drops, not going to do anything. Like, it's still going to run through things with base 120 for that move. It's super stupid, but I love using it, right? You get Shadow Ball, Thunderbolt, Power Gem, a lot of good coverage moves, but he's not the fastest thing on the field unless he's Scarfed, which I can see him bringing Scarf or maybe even Choice Specs. He can do Trick. He has Trick, so he can trick an item to me, bring a Choice Scarf, and then trick it to one of my slower mons, and now it's basically like useless. So Goldango, super cool, one of my favorites, but really scary to go against. Next, he has Rillaboom, my starter from Galar. Love Rillaboom. Cool ability, Grassy Surge, sets up the grassy terrain, so it gives him a little bit of recovery. Lessens moves like Earthquake and Earth Power, so they don't do as much damage. And then if anyone's holding a Grassy Seed item, that'll boost their defense. So Grassy Surge, I really think Rillaboom is going to be a bring. With Grassy Glide, it's priority, so this dude has a lot of priority. Fake Out, he can do some Fake Out shenanigans, maybe Fake Out Normal Gem. He can do Grassy Glide, that has priority on grassy terrain. He's Wood Hammer, High Horsepower, Knockoff for utility. I can see it being a lot of things. Assault Vest is a pretty easy bring for this thing, or maybe even Scarf. Choice Band, I've seen a lot of Choice Band users with Choice Band, Wood Hammer, try to switch into that, right? Next, he has Ting Lu, his legendary Pokemon from Paldea. This thing's super, super annoying. It's really bulky. Its ability, Vessel of Ruin, lowers the special attack, so he has a high defense and then a pretty decent special defense, but when he's lowering the special attack, it's gonna be really hard to break that thing. He can set Hazard, Spikes, Stealth Rocks. He has the move Ruination that all the 4 legendaries get, where it has to move kind of like Super Fang, or I'm pretty sure there's something else that has it, but Super Fang comes to mind. You can get Earthquake, Throw Chop. This thing, it's normally a Hazard Setter, right? Hazard Setter, Whirlwind things away. So it's probably going to be a lead. So if I see that on the team sheet, I can prep for it, maybe plan for a lead with him and kind of deal with that. Next, Aloma Mola. Really cool Pokemon. It doesn't look like much, but with a really high HP stat, none of his stats are really that impressive, but its HP is through the roof, so it can take some hits. It's a Wish support Pokemon, so it can set up a Wish, switch out, that Pokemon gets full health. It can do Wish Protect and heal its own self up. It can trap with Whirlpool, Aqua Ring for recovery. This thing just doesn't go down very easily. So this thing paired with Ting Lu, like, those are just really big walls that we have to kind of focus on. Next, he has Thundurus, super, super fast. Special attacker, Prankster ability, you need to watch out for Prankster in one of my mock battles. Prankster Thunderwave really won the game for him. got fully paired twice in a row. I was like, that's ridiculous. I would have won if I didn't get paired. But anyways, he gets electric coverage, grass knot for my Mammoth Swine, my Urshifu, my Rotom Wash, so I need to really look out for that. Then he could Prankster Taunt to stop any setups, Prankster Thunder Wave, like I said. So that's I like the Genies, but this one I think is just super fast, so I need to look out for that. Next is Cyclizar, the Pokemon that got sniped for me in the draft. I was really looking forward to getting Cyclizar, but I ended up getting Goodra instead, so that's how that worked. And Goodra's MVP. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Goodra, but I wonder how different it would have been if I had Cyclizar. Cyclizar being his dragon, normal type, immune to ghosts. He can be physical, he can be special attacker, a lot of good coverage, knockoff, rapid spin. This dude's a menace. Shed Tail luckily is banned, so you won't have Shed Tail, where it just basically sets up a substitute and then switches out and gives someone a free sub. So that's banned in this league, don't have to worry about that, which is super nice. But the speed and the kind of like annoyingness, U-turn kind of shenanigans, knockoffs, I'm gonna look out for if I do see him on that team layout. Typhlosion, one of his Terra captains, being Terra Fire, Grass, and Steel. This thing gave me a lot of issues in both my mock battles, and both of them actually brought Terra Grass, and Terra Blasted my Rotom Wash. So I wonder if Cricket will think the same and think Terra Grass Typhlosion is a really good matchup against my team. So he gets Eruption, Scarf Eruption. That's how he kind of put a huge dent in his first week when watched his first week matchup. So he Scarfed his Typhlosion, making the fastest thing on the field. Eruption just deals the same amount as his HP stat. So if his HP goes lower, the damage goes lower. But if he's fast, hits first and an Eruption, that's huge. And I really need to look out for that. I don't think he'll bring it just because he brought it in week 1, and I really mentioned it. Hey, like that's a really cool fast Typhlosion. Got to look out for that. So I don't know if he'll bring it because he knows it's good, or he won't bring it thinking, hey, I saw it, I know what it can do, and I can prep for that. All these mind games in Pokemon, right? Next on his list, he has Pheasantipity, a Poison Fairy type, one of the new legendaries from the DLC from Kitakami. This thing is incredible. He's got a lot of bulk on his team. Incredibly bulky on the special side. He has Roost for longevity. He can do Roost, Leftovers. He has Toxic, his ability Toxic Chain. If I hit him, I can get Toxic. And then he also has Technician. Technician's a really cool ability. Any move that does 60 damage or lower gets boosted by 50%. So he can run low hit moves. He can run Aerial Ace. He can run a Priority Quick Attack that's boosted with Technician. So a lot of cool things that he can do with that. So both his abilities, super scary, man. I personally hope he brings maybe Toxic Chain, and I can deal with that with maybe some Steel Pokemon or something like that, or don't hit it physically. He can be a physical attacker. He can be special and Calm Mind Up. Just like I said, a lot of threats on this team. And this dude knows how to battle with the same record as me. I'm not taking anything lightly. I need to take everything and kind of look at everything and see what I need to do. His last 2 Pokemon, he has Ambipom, a really fast normal type. I've seen a lot of people run Fake Out and then Last Resort, and that's it. That's his whole moveset. Last Resort being a really strong normal type move where if you use every other move in its moveset, Last Resort will work successfully. So if he fakes out, I flinch, and then Last Resort can kind of steamroll my team, especially if he's normal gem or anything like that. He gets Trailblaze, U-turn, super freaking annoying. Next, he has his grass type Pokemon, Arboliva, another one of his Terra captains. He's running Terra Grass, Terra Fire, and Terra Fairy. His ability is really cool, Seed Sour. It's kind of like Rillaboom. This dude has grassy terrain, man. He can set it up either with Rillaboom or if Arboliva takes a hit, and it'll set a grassy terrain up for him. He's very bulky on the special side as well, and he also has a really high special attack stat. So I'm not sleeping on anything on this team. He has good grass coverage, a bunch of grass moves. He can do Earth Power for coverage. For any fire types in its way. He can set up screens, and he has Strength Sap. Strength Sap's so annoying. If he heals up almost entire HP bar, and then he lowers my attack stats. So he can take some physical attacks and special attacks with that thing. So if he does bring it, I'm fully expecting like maybe a Strength Sap set with maybe Citrus Berry for recovery or Leftovers, something like that. But that's his team. I kind of went over it pretty quickly, but now I'm going to go over my team of 6, what I'm bringing, and what I think is going to be a good matchup against his. So first we have the mascot of the team. We have my Shaman here, my Sprite, holding the Choice Scarf. It's going to be the fastest on the field, base 100 speed, and a Choice Scarf. It's going to outspeed a lot of things that's not Ambipom or Cyclizar or Thundurus. We are running Energy Ball, Air Slash, Earth Power, and Dazzling Gleam. Energy Ball is going to be there for the Great Tusk, the Ting Lu. Even with the Vessel of Ruin, Energy Ball is going to put in some work. Especially Scarfed, he can Ruination me all he wants. Scarfed Energy Ball is going to put in the work. I chose Energy Ball over Seed Flare just for the accuracy. I did not want to miss a Seed Flare, and Energy Ball is 100% accurate, so I thought I went accuracy over power. Air Slash can be there for the Rillaboom and the Arboliva if it doesn't Terra. Typhlosion if it does Terra to Grass. Earth Powers for the Golden Go, the Pheasantipity, I know it won't do that much to the Pheasantipity, but it's some good chip and good super effective damage. And then Dazzling Gleam for the Cyclizar and just some good coverage overall. I thought those moves were really cool. We have max speed, a little bit of investment in special attack, and a little bit of investment in defense, so I can take the hits from a Great Tusk or a Ting Lu and then keep energy balling it and stay in with the Choice Scarf. Next, we have my shiny Mamoswine baby. One of the kill leaders on my team. This is Tantor, holding the Rindo Berry to negate any grass type moves heading his way. The Rillaboom is a good threat, especially with grassy terrain and grassy glide, priority grass type move. Mamoswine can eat that hit up and then Icicle Crash after it. If he's a Focus Sash or anything, Ice Shard will do the work after that. So we are running Icicle Crash, Ice Shard, Earthquake for the Goldingo and the Pheasantipity, and then Knock Off for utility, knock off any items. Next, we have a little bit of heat right here. We have a bulky Rotom. We have a Whirlpool here holding the Light Clay, so his screens, Light Screen and Reflect will last for 8 turns instead of 5. So that being said, he does have those moves right there to kind of lessen all the damage input that I'm about to take. We have Volt Switch for pivot momentum, and then Hydro Pump for a good stab water move. Levitate, I can sit in front of a Great Tusk and take some good hits. I can sit in front of Ting Lu, and the best he can do is kind of Ruination me or Whirlpool me with some spikes and whatnot. Max defense, a little bit of investment in HP, and a little bit of investment in special defense. He's a bulky lad, setting up some screens to help his team out, and then Volt Switching out of there. Next, we have Corviknight here, Birds Up with the leftovers for recovery. He had a lot of physically offensive pressure on his team with the Great Tusk, Rillaboom, Cyclizar if he's physical, Ambipom, Ting Lu. So I needed my physical bulk, man. I needed my defensive wall. I have Corviknight here to do that. He's rocking Brave Bird, Body Press. Body Press can be there for the Cyclizar and the normal typing, the Steel type if Typhlosion wants to go Steel, Ting Lu, and then U-Turn for momentum. Defog, because I know Ting Lu's going to set up some hazards, man. Spikes, Stealth Rocks, you name it. I do have to be careful in my mock battle. I noticed Defog does not work in front of Goldango. With his ability Good as Gold, I can't defog in front of that, so I need to make sure that if he does switch into Goldango, I can U-turn out of there and get out of there really quickly, or kind of work around that. But that is something to note from those mock battles. Defog does not work in front of Goldango. We have my defensive wall. Now we're going to have my special defensive wall. We have Muck here, Alolan Muck. Trip, Black Sludge for recovery. It recovers poison types, but hurts anyone else. So if anyone decides to trick me, we're running Poison Jab, Knock Off, Ice Punch, and Toxic. Some of the same moves last time, but Toxic I thought was very, very crucial for the Ting Lu and even the Alomomola.
Today, Junior!
Toxic super beneficial, especially for the Ting Lu and the Alomomola. All the big bulky threats, I can just Toxic and will it away. Ice Punch, Knock Off, Poison Jab, good stuff. Power of Alchemy. So he has Great Tusk and Ting Lu. He can run Earth coverage on Typhlosion, Earth coverage on Rillaboom. So if Rotom goes down, I can bring in Muck, steal its Levitate ability, and now he has no weakness. Everything's gonna hit him neutral at best, so I thought that was a really cool strategy to bring, especially with all that ground coverage he has on his team. Last but not least, we have my shiny Electrode here, my Kaboom, with the Terra Ice type. This is going to be my Terra Captain. And then he's wearing the Choice Specs to increase his damage output with his special moves. We have Volt Switch for momentum, Thunderbolt for max damage, Terra Blast, Ice, and an Explosion for any last minute kind of, let me just explode. Terra Blast, I was looking at his team, Great Tusk, Rillaboom, Ting Lu, Thundurus, Cyclizar, Terra Grass, Typhlosion, Arboliva, all weak to ice. I thought that was a really good bring. That's why I have him and Mamoswine. Rocking max speed, match special attack, and then Aftermath if he goes down. That's gonna be my team. I don't want to bring Urshifu, Gudra, some of my Pokemon I bring almost all the time, just because it's starting to get too predictable. We're in week 4. I need to change things up a bit. He can predict Urshifu and really plan for that, and if I don't bring it, it kind of messes him up a little bit. Kind of maybe wastes a move slot preparing for Urshifu or Gudra, so I thought that was kind of like a necessary change for this week, and we'll see how it goes. We might go back if we see losing results or anything like that, but that's the plan here. Get hyped for the battle tomorrow. It's going to be posted up tomorrow. Super excited, but that's going to be it for me, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for stopping by.